Greetings and welcome to this video on JavaScript interview questions and answers. My name is Michelle AI, and our focus today is on JavaScript Style Guides, a topic frequently discussed in front-end interviews. As we explore this subject, you will not only deepen your understanding of JavaScript, but also refine your skills for your next JavaScript interview. During the video, we'll pose a question for you to answer, followed by the correct response. We will give you 15 seconds to answer each question. Optionally, you can pause the video if you need more time. Although we will be focusing on interview responses, it's essential to be familiar with the technical aspect of each topic. You can find detailed technical responses under the Style Guides category on our website at hellojavascript.info. So, let's get started with the first question. What is a JavaScript style guide? Here is the response to this interview question. A JavaScript style guide is a set of best practices, conventions, and rules for writing clear, consistent, and maintainable JavaScript code, promoting collaboration and readability. Let's look at the next question. Can you name a few popular JavaScript style guides? Here is the response to this interview question. Some of the most popular guides include Airbnb, Google, Idiomatic, and Standard.js's JavaScript style guides. Each has its own set of rules and conventions, but they all aim to improve code quality and consistency. Let's look at the next question. What is the significance of adhering to JavaScript style guides? Here is the response to this interview question. Style guides are important because they ensure that code is consistent across projects, which in turn makes it easier to read, understand, and maintain. They also promote best practices, improve code quality, and help developers catch potential bugs or errors early on in the development process. Let's look at the next question. What are some key aspects of coding styles covered by JavaScript style guides? Here is the correct interview response. Key aspects of coding styles covered by JavaScript style guides include naming conventions, whitespace, indentation, line length, brackets, semicolons, comments, and file organization. Now for the next question. How do JavaScript style guides handle variable and function naming conventions? Here is the correct answer to this question. Most JavaScript style guides follow the camel case convention for naming variables and functions. This means that multi-word identifiers are written with the first word in lowercase and each subsequent word capitalized. This is the next question. What are some common indentation rules in JavaScript style guides? This is the correct way to answer this question. Most JavaScript style guides recommend using spaces instead of tabs for indentation, with a common preference for 2 or 4 spaces per indentation level. Consistent indentation is essential for making the code more readable and understandable. Let's move on to the next question. How do JavaScript style guides handle the use of semicolons? Here is the response to this interview question. The use of semicolons in JavaScript style guides differs in their recommendations. Guides, such as Airbnb's, endorse consistent utilization of semicolons, whereas alternatives like Standard.js encourage the exclusion of semicolons whenever feasible. Let's look at the next question. How do JavaScript style guides recommend organizing code into files and modules? Here is the correct interview response. Most style guides recommend organizing code into modular, single responsibility files. Each file should contain only one module, class, or component and should be named according to its purpose. The use of import and export statements in ES6 modules is encouraged for better code organization and easier dependency management. Now for the next question. What is the significance of using useStrict in your JavaScript code? Here is the correct interview response. useStrict is a directive that enables strict mode in your JavaScript code. Strict mode enforces stricter rules and helps to catch common errors early on, such as undeclared variables or accidentally overriding global variables. It is recommended by most style guides to use strict mode in your code. Now for the next question. What is the difference between single and double quotes in JavaScript, and which one is generally preferred in style guides? Here is the correct response to this interview question. Single and double quotes are both used for defining string literals in JavaScript. The difference between them is mostly stylistic. Most style guides prefer single quotes for consistency and readability, but it's essential to be consistent within a project regardless of which one you choose. Let's move on to the next question. Why do JavaScript style guides suggest the use of a linter? Here is the correct response to this interview question. Some JavaScript style guides recommend using a linter to automatically enforce code consistency, catch potential errors, improve readability, and ensure adherence to best practices, thus boosting overall code quality and maintainability. Let's move on to the next question. What are some standard rules and conventions in JavaScript style guides? Here is the correct response to this interview question. Common rules and conventions include consistent indentation, using camel case for variable and function names, preferring single quotes over double quotes, placing semicolons at the end of statements, and using strict equality operators instead of loose equality operators. Let's look at the next question. What is the role of an editor config file in maintaining consistent coding styles? This is the correct way to answer this question. An editor config file helps maintain consistent coding styles across different editors and development environments by defining common formatting rules like indentation, line endings, and character encoding, ensuring uniformity and collaboration efficiency. Let's look at the next question. How do style guides approach commenting and documentation practices? Here is the correct answer to this question. Style guides address commenting and documentation by recommending clear, concise, and informative comments using JSDoc or similar formats for API documentation and providing guidelines for inline, block, and multi-line comments to improve code maintainability and understanding. Now, for the final question. What tools can be used to enforce a JavaScript style guide in a project? This is the correct way to answer this question. To enforce a JavaScript style guide in a project, you can use tools like ESLint for linting and identifying problematic patterns, Prettier for automatic code formatting, and editor config to maintain consistent coding styles across different editors or IDEs used by team members. We've now come to the end of this video on JavaScript style guides. We hope that you found it to be informative and valuable. Be sure to join us for the next video, where we'll take a closer look at code comments in JavaScript. Thank you for watching.